Welcome to this week's office hours. We're going to start with our local marketing update. Just some things that happened in the last week that I think you're going to find very interesting to discuss. So let's just start out right out of the gate. And I'm going to go in here. Let's take a look at what we got here. There we go. Yeah, and oh, by the way, I wanted to share this with you guys. So I'm going to start something here with office hours. Since office hours is on Friday at 3 o'clock, basically beer o'clock on Friday, and I'm a fan of microbreweries. I'm gonna bring a different craft beer, I think, every week to this office hour. So this week I'm bringing one of my favorites from Odell's. It's the Brom beer, so you can see it there. There you go. It's their blackberry goza. So if you've never tried a goza, it's a sour. It's absolutely amazing. So hope you guys don't mind if I indulge a little bit here while we're going through the office hours. That's good stuff. All right, let's dive in here. First thing I wanted to go through is an article that I saw on Mike Blumenthal's blog. If you don't follow Mike Blumenthal, fantastic guy that you want to follow. This guy really knows his stuff, and he really is one of the godfathers of the local marketing industry. But he had a guest post from Dave Squires. Dave Squires runs Online Access. It's a company that works with HVAC and plumbing contractors. And Dave really went into detail about Google Home Services. So if you don't know much about Google Home Services, this is the ability for you to actually sell services directly through Google. Sounds pretty straightforward. But as you can see, like right here, if someone does locked out in San Diego as an example, that's an example straight from the Google AdWords website there. If you do locked out in San Diego, you'll see that even above the normal AdWords, there's these home services ads, right? Home services ads talking about specific home service providers, and you can call them directly. So if you weren't aware of this, I think it's something very important for you to be aware of. We'll put a link to this in the post when we put it on the website here, but it's just it's an extension really of AdWords. And you can see here talking specifically about home service ads. We're not gonna have time during this little quick session here to go over how it all works. We may have a whole separate office hours section going about the home services sector. But wanted to bring this out to you here because it's important that you know about this. The home services sector is going to be growing. We have another story here in a second that we'll be talking about another home services business. But as you put these ads in, there's certain qualifications you have to do. Right now, I think Google's charging like $25 a lead that comes through. There's other issues that happen with this here. It's in limited geographic areas. I think right now they were saying that it's kind of in the East Coast. It's Philadelphia. So they just expanded to Philadelphia, but they've been in other places as well. They're certainly on the West Coast. So they're slowly, Atlanta I think is another place. They're slowly moving out into other areas, and they're also expanding, right? So they were originally focusing on like plumbers, locksmiths, and they've now moved into handyman, painting, HVAC, electricians, other kind of home service type business. So Google's making a very active push. In fact, if you take a look for air conditioning repair in San Francisco, you'll see right there. This is live on the web, and you can see right there. There's the home services. So this is going to be rolling out a lot bigger over time. Do read this article, though, from Dave Squires on Mike Blumenthal's blog. We'll put a link to this as well. I think you'll find it really, really enlightening on what's going on here and how to use that. So that's just something to make you aware of if you weren't already doing this, taking advantage of home services ads for your business or for your clients, something really to take advantage of here. I'm going to go a little deeper here, though, because there's other home service businesses out there, right? So there's Angie's List and there's Home Advisor. Well, guess what? This is interesting because this actually happened back in May, but a lot of people may not have realized this, but with the expansion of what Google's doing with home services, I thought it'd be good to talk about how Home Advisor actually Home Advisor's parent company, IAC, is buying Angie's List. So this is a pretty big deal here. I think it's in the neighborhood of $500 million. So don't feel bad for Angie. She's walking away with some good money on this, but Home Advisor is going to kind of actually acquire Angie's List. My understanding is they're going to continue to operate the two sites and two brands relatively independently. And actually, Angie's List will report into Home Advisor's CEO at the corporate headquarters, which happens to be in Golden, Colorado, right here in my home state. So again, a huge deal here. And like I said, we're gonna have a whole separate office hours session. We're gonna go really deep into the home services sector, not just Google home service ads, but also talking about Home Advisor and Angie's List. And then there's another major player that a lot of people don't realize is in the home services space, and that's Amazon. Yes, believe it or not, you can actually now sell and market your home services on Amazon. So if you're HVAC, plumber, electrician, lawn care, home cleaning, computers and electronics, like getting into home theater setup or home networks, you can sell it on Amazon as well. And here's the home services link. They're not pushing it too big yet, but you can bet that they will. So we'll give you the link to the customer-facing side of this. It's really just amazon.com/amazon-home-services. And walk through it. I think you'd be actually very interested. Go through and try to, pretend like you're gonna get a quote. Don't have to actually consummate the deal, but walk on through and you'll see how it works. We'll put a link out there as well to the place where you actually sign up to become a service provider on Amazon. So again, not a lot to go into right now because this is a whole session in and of itself. We're going to go deep, and I'm going to try to get a couple of people in to help talk to us about this. But I want you to make aware that the home services sector is really heating up with Google's recent expansion, the acquisition, and of course what Amazon is doing here as well. Now there's pluses and minuses to all of these. For example, Amazon actually retains the relationship with the customer. That's not attractive to a lot of businesses. Google, I think they're actually retaining the relationship with the customer for 15 days. We'll go into a lot more detail when we do our next major office hours session. So that's the big news on the home services front. I wanted to bring out another story to you guys that I think was kind of important, and that's going into Facebook. We talked a lot about site speed, right? And we're going to go into site speed here in our more in-depth session. But site speed, as you know, is critically important to a local business website. And not only is Google now giving preference to fast sites, but now Facebook is as well. So this is important because as you're going through your feed on Facebook and you're looking at various posts, if your website is slow and there happens to be a post that links to your website, Google is now going to rank that post lower. So your site speed, again, is just more important. This is why I always say, you wouldn't print your marketing brochure or your catalog or whatever it may happen to be on toilet paper. Don't do your website on cheap hosting. Make sure your website really works well, really runs fast. So again, we'll post the link to this article out here, but they also have a best practices guide that's coming out here that sites can use to reduce page load speed. So we'll get more into some of that a little bit later on. But again, key thing again, sites need to be fast, need to be mobile responsive. So we will talk a lot more about websites here in our more in-depth session. Last thing I want to show you was a really cool tool. I want to thank the folks over at Get 5 Stars. They posted about this here, but this is just a fun little tool. You can use it for almost any business. It's a smallthanks.withgoogle.com. So really what it is this is a way you can turn your Google reviews into printable posters for your business. So just kind of a fun little tool on here. Since I'm using Odell, on here. Let's just do a search for Odell Brewing Company. There we go. Let's just do a quick little search. So find your favorite business out here. And it goes through, tries to find all of your various reviews and bring them up. Let's see how long this little process takes. It's a good opportunity to take a little drink. Creating my posters. All right, here we go. So it's taking reviews, typically only 5-star reviews from your website, and it's creating some posters for you here, right? So like here, this is by far my favorite brew in the entire world. Great tasting, clean, approachable beers. You can choose different ones that you may want to do, but you also have the ability to customize your thing. So let's that's by far my favorite brew in the entire world. That's just a great one to use. You can choose the layout. Again, it's really simple, not a lot of options, but let's just choose this layout. Click next, and it's going to create different views of the posters, and then you could change the colors. Let's say you want to change the color of this and make it a blue background instead of a white background. So it's really limited in terms of what you can do. You could change it from green to red over here. Actually, I kind of like the green better. Once you've got it done, you could look at it a little more closely if you want. And again, it shows the company, the review quote, who posted it. There was a 5-star review and says, hey, support us with your review on Google. There you go. So you can print this out. Let's take the next step. And there we go. Now you can actually click the Get Print Asset button, and it will download a high-res PDF. You could take to the local printer, print it out, post it however you want, use it at your website, use it at your location actually. And then you can go ahead and you could share this on social media if you want as well. So just a cool little tool I wanted to bring out for you guys. That kind of does it for the update section of the office hours. If you're not a VIP, we're gonna end it here. If you are a VIP though, we're gonna go in depth now into how to structure and create kind of the perfect local business website. So if you're not a VIP, I recommend you just go ahead and sign up. It's by far going to be worth your money if I do say so myself. If you are a VIP, hang on here for a second, and we're going to go right into that section of our office hours.